Just say to me what you want from me. Just say.
What's up everyone, this is Blue Nova and I'm here to bring you guys a new tutorial on how to get vocal effects like Lil Nas X in his song Panini. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe so we can hit 20K. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button on this video and also hit the bell notification icon so that you're notified every time there's a new video. If you want to jump straight to it, you can get this entire folder on bluenovabeats.com. It'll come with my raw vocals inside. So this comes with the lead and the lead verse and also the hook and the harmonies. So you can go ahead and get that bluenovabeats.com, go to the store, then click vocal presets and it should be right there. So we're gonna go and jump straight into it. What I'm gonna do is turn off everything here on the master. Just for personal reasons, I'm not going to play the beat with it. If you want to hear the entire thing with the beat, just go to bluenovabeats.com. You can hear it with the vocals and the beat together, but we're just gonna work with the vocals in this tutorial. So let's turn off everything we have and let's do the same thing right here for the verse. So what I'm gonna do is just right click so we can just solo it, and we're gonna go ahead and start. So right here, this is where Lil Nas X, this is where his verse is. So this is where I recorded, and as far as the auto-tune settings go, this is the setting you want to have. So the key is going to be D flat and the scale is going to be major. As far as the retune speed on here, Lil Nas X, he has a decent amount on there where you can kind of notice it in his voice, but he's also singing very low and monotone in a sense. So you just want to have your retune speed at around 10 to 20%, give or take, and just make sure your input type is on low male voice. If you don't have this Interis auto-tune version, which this version is pretty old, I got you guys on a backup, which is Picture in FL Studio, and the only difference will be the scale, which is pretty much going to be the same, which is going to be C sharp, and it's going to be set on major. So we're going to just play the auto-tune with Interis, and this is what it sounds like. Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie, thought you wanted me to go, why you trying to keep me teeny now they need me. #1 on streaming, oh yeah, you used to love me, so what happened, what's the meaning? I thought you want this for my life, for my... So yeah, aside from that, I'm gonna play it with Picture, and this is what it'll sound like. Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie, thought you wanted me to go, why you trying to keep me teeny now they need me. #1 on streaming, oh yeah, you used to love me, so what happened, what's the meaning? So after that, we have Fruity Limiter, and what we're just gonna do is just use compressor because we want to make sure the vocal is pretty even before we go in and start cutting out frequencies. So what you want to do, go to Fruity Limiter, click compress, go right here to the release, you can put it around 73.22. That's where I usually keep it at. The head, you want to bring this down to about 0.45 milliseconds. The knee, turn it all the way to the right. And then the ratio, you want to have that around 2 to 1. You want to keep around that area. The threshold, just bring your threshold down to where it's really around the peak of the vocal. We don't want to compress too much, so we're just going to make it pretty even. So this is what it's going to sound like and look like. Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie, thought you wanted me to go, why you trying to keep me teeny now they need me. #1 on streaming, oh yeah, you used to love me, so what happened, what's the meaning? All right, so after that, we have a Fruity Parametric EQ2. Now, what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna clean up the vocals. So with low male vocals, a lot of the time the vocal's gonna be pretty warm and they're gonna be pretty full. So what you're gonna have to do is bring out a lot of that high end frequency to compensate and also sound good along with the beat. So what we did is just boosted right here around the 8K region, and we boosted that around 9 decibels. And right here, it's kind of hard to go in and explain all these just for the sake of the video, but I went in and just found any frequency that sounded very like boxy or nasally. That's what I went ahead and found, and just brought the cue point and just dropped it down around 3.5 decibels. So I found around right here around 151, right here around 200, it's around 230 hertz. Right here 318, and right here you can see at 477 hertz. And like I said, just went ahead and just did some adjustments and just cut out some of that low frequency so that the vocals will be cleaner. And this is what it'll sound like with the first EQ. Hey Panini,
Don't you be a meanie, thought you wanted me to go. Why you trying to keep me teeny now? Now they need me. Number one on streaming. Oh yeah, you used to love me. So what happened? What's the meaning?
All right, so after that, there is a second EQ. Now, a lot of you guys might look at this and judge and say, what is this? You know, why will we want to put something like this next? Initially, with your first EQ, the first EQ is basically just to start off the vocals. Sometimes, majority of the time now, I use 2 EQs in my vocals, and there's not anything wrong with it. There's really not a rule or principle to say that you can't use 2 EQs, but you're just trying to make it sound good and fitting within the beat. And this is what I found very similar when I played it against Lil Nas X original song. So these are the adjustments I did, and I wish I can go in and give you the values for every single thing, but it's kind of like, it's really just boosting some of these mid frequencies and a lot of this high end frequency around up to 6 decibels. So that's what I did. Now I'm going to play with the second EQ.
Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie, thought you wanted me to go. Why you trying to keep me teeny now? Now they need me. Number one on streaming. Oh yeah, you used to love me. So what happened? What's the meaning?
All right, so after that we have a fruity limiter. Now what this is gonna do is just, we're gonna bring up the volume of the vocals, but we're gonna bring down the ceiling so that the vocals are completely even and everything is pretty full. All you wanna do is bring your release all the way down to 0 and keep your attack and the head alone. And like I said, bring the ceiling down to -3 and just boost up the gain.
Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie, thought you wanted me to go. Why you trying to keep me teeny now? Now they need me. Number one on streaming. Oh yeah, you used to love me. So what happened? What's the meaning?
All right, so after that we have Maximus. Now the preset we're using here in Maximus is the De-essing split band. Once that's selected, just bring the band down to -12, and that's going to take care of a lot of that sibilance within the vocals. So this is what the vocals will sound like with the Maximus De-esser.
Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie, thought you wanted me to go. Why you trying to keep me teeny now? Now they need me. Number one on streaming. Oh yeah, you used to love me.
Okay, so after that there's a fruity reverb too, and Lil Nas X's vocals in the verse, there's not an insane amount of reverb as opposed to the hook, because you know vocals in the verse are supposed to be pretty subtle. You don't want to be too flooded with reverb and delays, and there's not any delays in the lead verse, so that's why it's taken out. So as far as the settings here, just want to make sure the size of the room is all the way to 100, your bass is to 100, and just make sure the low cut is right here around the middle. It doesn't have to be an exact value. And the stereo separation, I turned it all the way to the left to give it some more stereo imaging, because the beat is pretty widespread, so that's the reason why I did that. As far as the wet level, kept that around 30%, and the high cut, we just brought that all the way down. It's not, we don't want any high cut presence to be flooded in the vocals. So this is what it sounds like.
Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie, thought you wanted me to go. Why you trying to keep me teeny now? Now they need me. Number one on streaming. Oh yeah, you used to love me. So what happened? What's the meaning?
All right, cool. So aside from that, now we're gonna get into the very fun part, which is the hook. And this is really exciting. A lot of people want to understand how to get this quality. So what the hook is, very important to understand, is that there's layers in this hook. And what is important to understand is that the main difference as opposed to the verse and the lead vocal hook is that there's a delay bank that I have right here, and also the fruity reverb, there's more reverb in it. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead and turn on all the effects right here so you guys can hear it, and let's go ahead and play it. So with the fruity delay bank, I noticed that there's a delay in it that kind of pans left and right. So that's what I went ahead and did. I had the first and second knob right here selected, and I just went ahead and did some panning right here. The first one is panned to the left, second one is panned to the right. Also, it's very important to understand the filter, which I set it on BP, and the same right here. So now I'm going to play the vocal with the delay bank and also with the fruity reverb. Like I said, there's more reverb in the lead, so you want to keep that at around 4.2, 4.3 kilohertz. So this is what it sounds like.
Say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me.
All right, cool. So after that, really what you want to do is you can right click, go to file, then mixer, save mixer track state as, left click and hold it, and you can drag it onto another mixer insert. So what the lead vocal is what the harmony is basically the same thing. It's really just the same thing as the lead. And as far as reverb, it's there's a little bit more reverb as far as the high cut goes, just so that there's a little bit of difference and a little bit of more wideness. So I kept that around 2.2 2.1 kilohertz. What you want to do with the harmony, which is very important, let's go ahead and listen to it. So we're gonna right click, and you can see that the harmony is sent to another bus. So the harmony bus right here, it has the waves, doubler to stereo, and these are the settings for it. You want to have the settings to about right here. It should load as is, but I did some adjustments right here, cut out a little bit of low end and boosted the high end frequency, so that there's really some presence with the wideness of it. So aside from that, I also wrote off a little bit of the low end of the I wrote off a little bit of the low end for the bus because I didn't want it to clash too much with the lead vocal. So aside from that, just pan the first one 30% to the left, and that's what we're gonna listen to right now.
Say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me.
And with the second harmony right here, so this one is a higher pitch. You have to sing this one really just high notes. I noticed that Lil Nas X is what he did in his vocal stack. So right here, this one is panned 30% to the right, and this one kind of gives it some more wideness. So you want to have one pan 30 to the left, 30 to the right.
Say to me what you want from me. Say to me what you want from me.
Now playing both of them together with the harmony sent to the bus.
Say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me.
And playing it with the lead hook, this is what it sounds like all together.
Say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me.
And the very last thing that I have is just a master channel. So if you guys go ahead and go to Blue Note Beats to get the entire kit, you will get this master channel on here, which I've always usually keep on. Every song nowadays is usually cut at 15K with the EQ. So that's what the Fruity Convolver does, is just a brick wall cut at 15K. If you don't have Isotope Ozone 5 Maximizer, you can just use the Fruity Limiter. As far as the settings for it, this is what I did. And I just brought the character right here to 2.0, and that's, you know, really just keeps a little bit more of the naturalness of the song, as opposed to having the threshold higher to where it's kind of killing the dynamics of the song. The Fruity Limiter, all I did is just have the release all the way set to 0, and you want to right click on the head and click reset, and that's just gonna set it down here. So I wish I could play the entire thing with the beat, but I can't play the vocals again so you guys hear how everything sounds like, especially with the 15K cut. That's very important. So let's go ahead and play it.
Say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me. Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie that you.
So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and thumbs up. And like I said, you can get this entire folder with my vocals inside so you guys can play with it on BlueNovaBeats.com. If you need any of your songs mixed and mastered, just go to BlueNovaBeats.com. Go to the contact form on the very bottom of the page, and you can send me a message through there. If you need any beats, just go to the store back up at the top, and you can get any beat in any genre. And if you guys have any questions, put in the comment section what you want to see next. But I'll catch you all on the next video.